don't get to press record, actually. Like, that's what I just need to do. Press record all day, every day of my life. Been a minute, been sitting with Temperance, but also with my daughter, injuries, and just life. Life stuff, but life is happening all around us, always for us, right? For the greatest, our own greatest expansion and evolution. I'm just gonna fall asleep here. Like, what does that even mean? I've done a lot of this soul work and really bringing it back into my life too. Like needing to bridge the gap. That is my purpose here. The full body, mind, and soul connection and bridging the gap between the physical and the spiritual, and just learning how to treat people, how to allow others to treat me, you know, and just, oh man, I just woke up with like really crazy dreams and like really interpreting it one way when I woke up, and just needing to like hold myself in that, and in that like fear, and in that scared self, holding and healing that part of me that still exists, right? And reframing it to just see it in such a different light. Like, I need to take action. Like, what is the definition of insanity? Right? Doing the same thing and expecting different results. And allowing myself to feel, allowing these things, but not letting it stop me. Like, I am doing what I need to do here. With this surrogacy journey, although it may not be exactly what I thought, right? With like wanting to do the documentary, wanting to vlog about it, but it's not too late. Or even like I think like just in June I was like pushing to start these women's circles and family, like mothers groups, and it didn't happen, but I didn't promote it, and I haven't been doing the lives, I haven't been doing the things that I want to do, right? Giving myself that compassion, like, oh, I have so much going on. Yeah, I do, but this is what I want to do, so I need to do it. I need to make the step, take the step. Maybe the Temperance card is exactly what I need, right? In tarot, the Temperance card is like, it indicates that you should learn to bring about balance, patience, and moderation in your life. You should take the middle road, avoiding extremes, and maintain a sense of calm. I think I've done that. Yeah, I'm doing that. I am. And then for like the heavenly virtues, Temperance is like moderation in food. So not quite there. I am pregnant though, but like yesterday I had one of those huge bags of like popcorn, white cheddar, my favorite, and I was like, oh, I ate the whole, like, not all in one sitting, but I was putting it into bowls. But then when I realized, and I was sharing it with the puppies at the end, but I was like, oh, I just finished the bag. That's a pretty big bag. I'm like, oh, Temperance, I need moderation. So it is like the opposite of gluttony, which is like just overeating. So it's like moderation and self-restraint. But I am putting those into my life in other ways, like forcing myself to work on just the relationship, these really toxic relationship patterns, increasing my self-worth and not allowing those things in anymore. Standing as the queen in my queendom, doming people because I know my worth, and it's not from this egotistical place. It is from this mind, body, and soul place. That was another aspect of my dream, was just like doing things that I felt like I didn't want to do, right? And I did it anyway. There's so many layers of that healing that needs to happen from not listening to my intuition, not honoring myself, and just doing what I thought was right, even if it didn't feel right, to be accepted, right? And right. I got the super chat enabled and I didn't even go live since then. So if you like this video, send me a super thanks. Needing to ask for what I deserve, ask for what I want, and let it flow. Needing to do the work if I want the money to start to flow, we need to do some work to get it. Major resistance happening. The Temperance, even though it's not for food, which is more, I guess, the chastity virtue, so I do moderation in food. I mean, I've always been pretty moderated and eating what I like and just not consuming more than what I wanted, I would like to, especially for this pregnancy and for myself and my own life, just eat healthier foods, whole foods, foods that are just grown in the best ways, and the animals treated well. And I always do give my food a little blessing, and just that presence and awareness really also does a lot for healing it before you consume it. Because we can't transmute whatever we put in our bodies. Thinking the right thoughts, vibrating higher, knowing how powerful we are, that we are the gods and goddesses, and we are human. We can live as both. It's not one or the other, here nor there, right? That's for this day, and the rest of my life I'm like this, bridging the gap. And the temperance, this moderation and self-constraint that I have been devoting my pleasure to the divine. And that does include food as well, but especially just in my own journey of reclamation of my power and pleasure, just not just giving it away, to anyone but the divine right now. Until I find that person that is worthy, and maybe it will take, so long. I was so, torn back and forth on that for so long, because I was like, wow, everyone's worthy. Yeah, of course everyone's worthy. We are all worthy of love. We are all worthy of the world, right? But you gotta show up for yourself. You gotta be doing the work, and I am doing this work. So to find someone who can hold me in that, and who can explore this energy and this pleasure and presence and power without expecting to just get that given to them for what? For free? I don't think so. You pay for this energy. Gotta pay to play. Because it is a gift. And there's been so many more layers of values and integrity and what I can and can't and want to do, right? And other people judging on based on where they're at. And there's so much shame around our sexuality. I'm also here to help alleviate that, to help you heal through that. Loving my journey wherever it takes me, knowing that these place shops, teaching people how to feel their pleasure and embody it. It is a gift and I am feeling it. I'm here for the pleasure revolution. I'm like, my heart is breaking in a million pieces every day for the wars, for the what is happening in the world, but that is a distraction. And to really make change, I need to share my gifts, because pleasure is the way forward together, accepting our differences. When we're feeling pleasure, none of that matters. Holding pleasure in our beings instead of pain. I can suck it out of you. Have a beautiful Thursday.